So anyway, I did find a song that I wanted to sing tonight. Believe it or not. Besides the one I also realized last night, I know you guys were just dying to give me words. And I totally skipped over it. And you said, what the hell? What the hell is that all about? I could hear you grumbling from here. What's that? We got some good words and you ain't going to do them? I forgot. I was having a good time last night doing other things. I can't remember quite what it was. But I did it tonight. Because I got to see if I gotten any better at it. I think about that word song all the time. I think about how to construct it, how to rhyme it, how to turn it into a song. And I do. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here with us tonight. I'm going to try not to go when I look at it from anymore. Because I look at it and I don't really care for it. Christopher Smith. Gina DeRose. Hi, there will be music shortly. Hi, Val. Hi, Doug. Howard. John. Kristen. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Too bad I couldn't turn it around so you could read it, but it's supposed to say, but if I turn things around on Facebook, I turn green. I turn green. And because I got a 10 from Christopher. Joe Grable, hey. Fukushi Tanaka, hi, how are you? Nick Santa Maria. Nick, how are you? Nick and I did, this fellow Nick Santa Maria, he's a very funny young gentleman, and we did a show called Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know. And I should have a pot and spoon. You're right, I should. My brother told me I have my tenor banjo somewhere in the house here. I don't know where it is. I still don't know where it is. Where could it be? Oh, tenor banjo, where would you be? I don't see it anywhere. It's in the back of my closet, I think. Strap it around me and go marching up the street. Gianni Cavallari. Mike Miller, hi Mike. Elliot Wall. Oh, look at all these people. Hey Al. Someone in the neighborhood has an old fashioned. Nancy Valentine. Hi Nancy. Gary Anderson from Vegas. Gary from Vegas is watching. So let's see. Richard Williams is watching. Greetings from the desert. Right. Lee Charles Kelly, Ed Bennett, Nancy Winston, Dwight Deason, Bob Stewart, hi Bob. Funny Sackbutt just came up on Jeopardy. Sackbutt? Well, that's just an old trombone. Everybody knows that. Wish I'd been on Jeopardy. I could have done Sackbutt. Jackson, hey. Christopher Lentz, hullabaloo. Wait a minute. Oh, all right. Is that the word, Christopher? Do I have to write that down already? I'll write it down. Hullabaloo. 1. Hullabaloo. You. Well, ooh rhymes are the easiest in the book, so I don't know. I sent you a workaround for that. What you did? What was that? What Christopher Lentz. Oh, it's too late now, Doug. The green goes away. Well, you did send me a workaround for that on email, Doug? Is it on email? I wonder how I do that. All right, I'll get it. I can't do it now. Maybe I can. Maybe if I just go over to email and see what you did. Maybe if you just, guys will give me a second. I'm going to go to email and see what Doug sent me. And he has a workaround. Unless it's going to be too complicated. And things get too complicated for me. What's your email again, Doug? Doug, let's do it, Romoff. R-O-M-O-F-F. Romoff. Newsletter. Doug Romoff. It's not there. R-O-M-O-F-F. I guess that's not it. What's the email? Somebody just said I have it. Doug Romoff told me he had sent me a cure. No, I don't see it. Doug, I don't know what your email is, so I don't know what I'm looking for. Did you send it by email or did you send it on the phone? Oh, I like that. Here's Somebody sent this to me. Too much drinking. Circumvent. Fine. Circumvent. Circumvent. Okay. And I haven't even sung my theme song, Mr. Rogers' theme song or anything else. I dropped a pencil, excuse me. I don't have any help right here. I have to do it all myself. Ned White. Mike Miller. Bree. Fine. Here's the word. Antediluvian. Oh, Jesus. Antediluvian. And I don't know what that word means. I mean, I used it. Antediluvian. Antediluvian. Offhand, I don't, not in or out of context, I don't know what it means. Antediluvian. Well, I can't use it until I know what it means. Your word song is popular. Thank you. Here's a word. Antediluvian. I don't have the facility to look it up right now, so I need a description of it. D. Romoff. All right, let's see. D. Was it an email? D. Romoff. Let's look for it. Forward green filter workaround. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a time, we'll see what the green filter seems to be a real problem that has infected Facebook to flip around. I have it on mine as well. I found a workaround if you want. When you hit the wand to go up the middle filter, it looks like two little stars and a bigger one. Click it and it brings up filter. Ooh. Ooh, listen, if I lose this, if I lose you guys, Facebook, when you hit the wand in the middle wand, here's the wand. Go to the middle filter. It looks like two little stars. I don't see it. Sorry, I don't see it. I don't see the wand. Is the wand with the star on it? Let's try again. Two little stars. Two little stars. Two little stars. Is that it? No, no. I don't get it. I'm not getting it. Oh, I turned it around. I'm going to lose everybody in 1 second if I don't get this done. Let me see. How do I turn it around? Turn it around. I'll be joining you in a second, folks. Don't worry. I knew I shouldn't have done this. How do I turn it around now? How do I turn it around? Must be a way to turn. Oh, there it is. There it is. Such pressure. Such pressure. I can't do it right now, Doug. I will try to work on it later. I don't quite get the directions. Sorry. I know it's got to infuriate you, but I don't. Oh, look at everybody. Complicated. Albert. Thank you, Albert. Complicated. Clairvoyant. Yes. Complicated. I'll speak to you later, Doug. Thank you very much. I can't get it right now. Hi, Ted. Ted, we're having trouble. But augmented. I know that. Raising the sixth is always justifiable. Augmented. Ooh, this is going to be. Circumvent is a motel. Bill, they can read that. They can see what it means. Steve Lucas is watching. Neither do I, but it's a great word. Okay. Antediluvian. Before the flood. Antediluvian. Before the flood. Now we all know. It was antediluvian. Before the flood. Merengue. Oh, that's simple. Merengue. See, certain words are going to occur to me to use at the end of a sentence, and certain words are going to occur to me to try to use in the middle of a sentence. And merengue is definitely not at the end of a sentence, because what the hell rhymes with merengue? Oh, I know. Okay, that's the only thing I can think of. That's enough. Tomoko Ono, put merengue in. Thank you, Tomoko. Another person on the Mary Jane Harper, fascination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ostentatious. Ostentatious. Just writing down a couple of words that rhyme. I mean, I talked to Ann Hampton Calloway, and she said, "Oh, I never write down the answers. I just look at." I say, "Good for you, Ann. She's really cayenne." I'm going to save that for tomorrow, Doug, because I've got 10, and that's very, very hard. Cayenne. The pepper, right? Is that what they? Bill Crow, Bengay. All right. You know, I don't even have to sing the song, just take the words. Just take the words and listen to them. Oh, these words are fabulous. Okay, well, anyway. But first, before we get into that, let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know, so I will tell you. As we settle into place, it's impossible to sing and play the bass. Impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, lovely group of people. You deserve the courtesy, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me, can expect of me. So I practice. But it will not mean a thing, because it's impossible to play the bass and sing. You see, the bass is fresh. It's not like a guitar. On bass, you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than the Lord's do. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is art. Remember this, or I'll fall apart. Wah. Then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede. See, you hear the horn? The horn almost always somehow matches the chord. He was just playing the root, 7th. Then I have to pray to God to come and intercede. And she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. And she knows it's impossible. Yes, she knows it's impossible. Zooza, 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 zooza. She knows it's impossible to sing and play the bass. I hope you heard that horn, because I love it when horns go off, because they always seem to play a note that fits something in the chord. It's either a, well, I guess it's because nowadays any note fits into any chord. I'll tell you a story that my son told me one night. But first, I hope you're not too caught up in grooving, because the story's about the antediluvian. The story should not be overrated, but it certainly is complicated. Now people are going to say I'm a little bent, but I say I'm clairvoyant. Oh no, I don't like to do that. I don't like to use the wrong syllable. Voyant. Of course, the flood. You needn't have been clairvoyant to know that you really ought to be buoyant. There was an awful lot of hullabaloo. How we were going to circumvent the flood. They didn't think about it a lot. Antediluvian, before the flood. Before your sister-in-law moved in. Oh, the flood, it was terrible. They were making merengue out of Bengay. The flood was worth it just to get rid of that joke. My song seems to ring of ostentation, but still a lot of fascination. Oh, the flood, oh me, did we bring enough brie? Bring enough brie? Little merengue on the brie. There was an awful lot of hullabaloo about the flood. And then to augment the flood, there was fire. But the flood put out the fire. Hullabaloo, circumvent, brie, antediluvian, complicated, clairvoyant, augmented, merengue, fascination, ostentation. I got to tell you, Anne Hampton Calloway's audiences don't come up with words like that. They don't cut such big words. They do little words like bob and roof and car but the list of words here, which I've got all the words, and I'll sometime just give you a list of. I'm going to print them all out, and we'll have a word fest, and you'll see how crazy the words are. So cayenne and Bengay. Oh, Bengay could have fit in there. Cayenne, and the only thing left was Cheyenne, and they were stuck eating cayenne. Now I'm sure all you rhymers out there can do better than that. what I wanted to tell you was when I was playing, and I was talking about the horns and how every horn that when you're playing music and a horn goes off, it seems to always fit somewhere into the chord. It was Michael, my son, who's now a very grown man and very accomplished trumpet player, writer, musician, blah, blah, blah. Leads his own band. Very proud of everything he does. He's wonderful. He was about 10. He was just taking up the trumpet. Maybe he's 11. He had taken up the trumpet and he was now starting to learn how to play on a D7 chord. I mean, this kid just taught himself everything. And he comes out, he was listening to Michael Brecker at 11. And he said, Dad, on a D7th chord, you can play a G, you could play an A flat, you could play a D sharp, you got E flat. And he comes out, but he's practicing all the time. Comes out about a week later and listens. He says, Dad, on a D7, you can play anything you want. And that's why I suppose that the harmonies that I hear the horns play outside sound right, because after having listened to that, I guess you can play anything you want. Ted Rosenthal is watching, so be careful. Don Hahn, hey Don Hahn, Bill Crow circumvent. Oh, no, I'm going to read that. Neither do I, but it's a great word. Antediluvian before the flood. Mary Jane Harper. John Post. Hi, John Post. How are you doing? Flipper. Oh, flipper. See, I should have used that. Another word, chiropodist. Is that a foot doctor? Chiropodist. Ben Gay. Soul PSI. I don't get that one. Gina Healy. Dick Sarpola. Hi, Dick. See, once they watch, they have to come back. That's the thing. The followers, people who sign up for this, is growing, and Facebook is watching very carefully. Tsuyoshi Asano, Ari from West Virginia, North Carolina, something like that. North Carolina. Roberta Brenza. Julie Turner. Ed Rack, hey Ed, how are you? Ed Rack owned a recording studio in New York called, forgotten Ed, right on 10th Avenue. Oh dear. No, it wasn't. No. Oh, sorry, it's been 20 years and I just can't remember. I pass by it all the time. It's a bicycle shop or something like that. Ooh, but we did an awful lot of good commercials in there that I'm still being paid for as a result of that. I mean, must admit, the royalties, the pension from that was what keeps me afloating here. You are the only soul who can conceptually connect all of these disparate words. I don't think so. I think we got to get Ann Hampton Callaway on here, John, and we'll and all of a sudden you'll see how an expert. Maybe you should limit the syllables. No, Albert, Al, no. We're going to make it just as difficult as it can be. Tonight's was not particularly successful, but Giant Flies. Ned White wants a song called Giant Flies, and I haven't practiced that. Ned, if you will, I will do that tomorrow. It was the opening song, I believe, on Salamander Pie. No, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. I wouldn't have opened with that. Did I open with it? And it's about a guy, a Sidney Greenstreet character, stuck in the tropics, and giant flies are mating on the wall. That's how bad it is. And I can't do the song now because I'm sure I'll mess it up. I won't remember. I've got to dig up the lyric and get it out. Howard Glasser, should we? Well, if you can put rhyming words in, but I'll still have to come up with something. If you want to help, go right ahead. Hey, Ing, how are you? Ing is watching from Colombia, I think. He told me 12 times already, and I've forgotten already. But I'm thrilled that he's here. Ing, I'm really grateful that you're with us. Thank you. Let's do. I want to do the song I was looking at today. Hi, Jay from Colorado. Jan Greenspan. I found you on Facebook. Have always watched you on YouTube, but no more. She says, no more. I know YouTube. We're trying to figure out how to make me right-handed without turning green. And a friend of mine on this, if you may see the name Doug Romoff, he has given me instructions how to go around it. I'm going to do it after the show. I tried to do it during the show and couldn't do it. So I shan't be green. I'm going to call Doug and we're going to do it. He's going to be my techie, or at least we'll do it on the internet or something like that. Okay, here's the song I found today. I went through a million songs in my oh no, I didn't go through the fake books. I went through a list of songs I have in my computer for me to sing. Standards, because some club owners, they look at you and say, don't sing just songs you wrote, sing standards, sing jazz standards. And I sort of agreed to it and then realized I didn't get into this to sing standards. I got into this because I was writing all these poems and ideas were coming to me and I wanted to put them into songs. It was fun putting songs, new fresh ideas into song. And then I would find an occasional standard that I really liked, and here's one I really like. I'm combining it. It'll be the second song of these two. The first one I wrote, which you've heard, but they make a jolly medley, and they have to be the same tempo. Oh, that was one bass hitting another. You can't mind that. They can't be too crazy about that. Baby, I got the blues, since I got the news. You've heard from the muse, now you're in Santa Cruz. Without me, I'm feeling so bad, feeling so sad. I was dead when I hear what you said about me. Ooh, oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Baby, I feel like dying. Baby, feel like crying. Not so. Tell me this empty bed is all in my head and I'm only dreaming. Tell me this empty bed is all in my head and I'm only dreaming. Love makes me treat you the way I do. Oh baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl, that's true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? I bought you a fur for Christmas and a diamond ring, a transactional relationship. I bought you a car and everything. Love makes me treat you like the way I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? just not that good as standards. I just don't believe them. It's too bad. I sit there in the middle of it and I'm going, what am I doing? What am I doing? Just do your eyes. It's just not what I'm doing. It's terrible, terrible. That's exactly how I felt when I was singing. As much as I enjoy playing that song, for instance, I play that song with Renee Rath. She sings the hell out of it. I love playing it. I love playing that song. It's hearing somebody else sing it. I don't believe myself singing it. I'm going to have to deal with this. I mean, the other night, the Ballad of Sweeney Todd, that I believe. But how many songs are there like that around? Please, if you see some more, let me know. Because this one, as much as I like it, I found myself just not there. Just not there. Anyway, just fine, says Mary Jane. No. Thank you, Mary Jane. I appreciate it. I won't disagree with you. But it's a lifelong conflict of mine, singing standards. I mean, I've played with too many great singers. You know, I mean, I don't mean to pull rank here, but from Judy Garland to Tony Bennett to Sinatra to Mel Torme to Peggy Lee and to Sarah Vaughan. For instance, having worked with them and heard them sing, what am I singing for? If it's not telling a totally original story, what's the point? Because, you know, so when I do a song like that and I mess it up, I go, oh, geez, I'm messing it up because I'm just not into it. Okay, True Confessions are over. Everybody else now, write theirs, and we'll talk about it later. No, I'm going to do something else. Let's see who came in. John Feeney is. I have a record on which Zoot and Buddy Rich each sing a chorus of Gee Baby. Now that's worth listening to. You do. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, it's a fun song. It's a fun song. It's not much fun to sing it when you're all alone in a room in your office and you're listening to the words and saying, what am I doing? Anyway, that's fine. I was just listening to the recording you did with Lee Konitz and Harold Danko, Discovery, many years ago. Uh-oh. Really beautiful. Thank you. I agree. It's very. I have to listen to it again before I pass judgment. At the time, I was confused by it. I wasn't convinced I was doing the right stuff. I was playing too many regular bass notes in the midst of all this freedom, and I felt like I was a disappointment to them because I didn't play. I never did. I tried that a little bit when I was younger, and I gave that up. There was a thing in the paper, and this is part of my one-man show paper. A man wrote in an editorial to a Seattle newspaper saying that bass solos should be banned. He said he couldn't understand them, and I understood. No, I remember. Now I'm remembering how I used to do it. A guy would be playing the blues, a bass player. This guy wrote an editorial. It was in the paper of one of the Seattle newspapers, and he just couldn't understand bass solos. He hated them, and I understood that. I mean, all of a sudden the song's going on along like this, so forth, and the bass player comes along and takes a solo. Actually, that was pretty good. I really liked what I was doing there. No, but he goes, and then no, I remember how it went. And he goes, and he's playing like this in the audience, and the piano player finally stops playing because the piano player can't follow him any longer. And the drummer just puts his sticks down and looks at him, and he's playing. And he stops, and the audience goes, too embarrassed not to clap. So what happened? So I wrote a letter to this guy explaining, I'm sorry you don't like. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, and it was a very complicated. So many galaxies and planets to exist. No, it was about neutron. It was about, oh Lord. The song was about quantum mechanics. I have the lyrics to quantum mechanics. Now I'll have to get that one for you. It is said that sigma. No, not it. I can't remember. But I saw it the other day, and it was the letter. I used to do it in the show, and I stopped doing it because I thought it was just too intellectual. Let me just see quickly if I can find it, seeing as I've told the story. Photons is the name of it. Photons. Let's see. Photons. 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 Come to me, big magical computer. And there it is. Oh, I have to open it with this. All right. I have to. It's so old that it doesn't open on this computer anymore, so I've got to use this. And I'll say open. Open. Excuse me. This will be worth it. It'll be open. Open photons. Photons. Photons 3 copy. Maybe that's it. Come on, damn it. Come on. Yes. Come on. There it is. So anyway, and I used to sing this to him. You take a photon, a particle of light. Let me see now if I really understand this. You take a photon, a particle of light. You send one half screaming down a tunnel to the left, the other half down a tunnel to the right. Then when the photon heads are 14 miles apart, each must negotiate a maze. The mazes are identical, and photon heads must find their paths as they make their separate ways. Signed to say that quantum mechanics must apply here. Each path chosen is by purest chance, but somehow both halves of the photon always come to the same decisions, like perfect partners in a dance. It goes on, but that was a science experiment, which they do. And some physicists who saw this, so yeah, well, that's basically the idea. Basically the idea. But the fact is, these photons are far apart, 14 miles apart, and react instantaneously to each other, and it's faster than the speed of light. I said, so that's what I wrote back to this guy. I sent him this poem because he didn't like bass solos. That was it. That was the whole deal. Let me see if I really understand these. Let me see if I really understand this. You split a photon, a particle of light. Then both halves proceed to disobey the laws of physics. No wonder I can't sleep at night. That was the end of it. Anyway. Yeah, I'll tell you. Thank you, Jan. You're right. You're right, I do, Jan, and that's it. And therefore, I have to admit to myself that what's far more important to me is this song. I promised you I'd work on it yesterday, but I didn't because I didn't. Gee, baby, my song when I was with Lunsford. And I'll just give you, this is the one I should be working on. When I was with Lunsford, the trumpet player said, suddenly I could hear no more. When I was with Lunsford, did he really say that? I never heard those words before. That's why I'm going to work on that and have it ready for you, hopefully by tomorrow. I really will. Spend all day. Now you see, if you knew how much better I feel realizing this now, realizing that in spite of what I've been asked to do by certain club owners, I just can't work there. Or hire a singer and bring them in to do the standards. Well, that's fine. That's what we'll do. But Jay doesn't do them because Jay doesn't do them well, and that's it. I play them well. I play the nice changes on them, do that very nicely. Hey, J.C. Perrault knows the truth. I've worked for him a lot. I have worked for him a lot. He speaks French. He doesn't understand it if I speak English without a very deep French accent. Right. Oh, I wonder if Francois is listening today. What's listening to the trio recording you did with Lee Cohen? Francois Zalakane is very French, as many of you know. And anytime I try to speak French to him, he looks at me like this. What are you trying to say? What? He gets aggravated with me if I try to say anything in French, because all my cousins are French, and my sister, they happen to be there. And I try to speak a little French to him, and he looks at me so pained, like, what? Why? Speak English. So I don't know what that came up, why that came up. I don't remember. Already I've forgotten. Speaking of French, I'll do the one song that's got some French in it. I'm doing this whole song just to get to the French part. At first I thought I knew what I was doing. Then I found that I was wrong. First I thought I knew it was right, but the world has shown me otherwise, and so I had to write my little song. For you see, I always thought the word was nuclear, as in nuclear power, nuclear generation. But now I find the word is really nuclear. Nuclear is the proper pronunciation. Yes, it's nuclear, nuclear. N-U-K-U-L-A-R. Say it, yes, and you'll quickly come to love it. Nuclear, nuclear. That's the way you say it. Show the world we're stupid and proud of it. Nuclear has two U sounds that roll right off the tongue. Nuclear, it's macho, it's athletic. While nuclear is feminine, it's weak, it's far too gentle. Nuclear is passive, it's pathetic. Nuclear is feminine. Nuclear talk amongst yourself. Nuclear, nuclear, N-U-K-U-L-A-R. Say it and you'll quickly come to love it. Nuclear, nuclear. Here's page 1. And where page 2 went. That's what it was. I stopped on the very line. Nuclear has two U sounds that roll right off the tongue. Nuclear is macho, it's athletic. While nuclear is feminine, it's weak, it's far too gentle. Nuclear is passive, it's pathetic. Nuclear is hard to say, sounds suspiciously like French. Just too meek and humble. While nuclear is powerful, it has a certain je ne sais quoi that says it's rough and ready to rumble. Yes, it's nuclear, nuclear, and while it may sound peculiar, still I say it with no fear. Though how the pronunciation went from nuclear to nuclear still remains uncular. Nuclear, nuclear, yes, N-U-K-U-L-A-R. Say it and you'll quickly come to love it. Nuclear, nuclear, join the rest of America. Show the world we're stupid, really stupid. Show the world we're stupid and proud of it. Proud of it. Well, I thought I knew it. Let me see if I know any of it. and remember any of my songs. Me, oh my, I've got myself a problem. Yes, indeed, I absolutely do. Me, oh my, I've got myself a problem, and my problem is you. Don't you know I never saw it coming when this feeling snuck up from behind? Me, oh my, I've got myself a problem. I must have been blind. You and I were taking it so easy, we were gonna be good friends. Walking, talking, nice and light and breezy, but that's not where the story is. Cause now you see, I can't still think about you. Want somebody tell me what to do? Me, oh my, I've got myself a problem, and my problem is you. Me too. Boom, 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 boom. You and I were taking it so easy, we were gonna be good friends. Walking, talking, nice and light and breezy, but that's not where the story ends. Cause now you see, I can't still think about you. Won't somebody tell me what to do? I mean, oh my, I've got myself a problem, and my problem is you, yes. And my problem is you, yes. And my problem is you, yes. And my problem is you. Well, okay, so it's not all done. Mary Jane, I have your book, by the way. I haven't mailed it yet. Thank you. I just didn't mail it yet. And when I was practicing, gee, baby, ain't I good to you? I was working on it, and my daughter, who's a singer, a real singer, she's in the kitchen just singing it. She hears me playing the bass line, and she's in there singing all the words perfectly. Real singers do that. So, and I just think of that, boy. I mean, my own songs I become a real singer of. Oh, yes. Even if I forget the words, I become a real singer. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Love makes me treat you the way I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing good, too good for a girl that's true. Gee, baby, ain't I good for you? See, I don't like the transactional idea. I bought you a fur for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. I'll never sing it again. Goodbye. Yes, well, I'll say yes. I'll say it. G baby, G baby. Now, I mean, you know, Sims and Buddy Rich singing it to each other. I believe that. That's fun. That's worth doing. But okay, well, so let me see what's going on here. I was just listening to a trio. Yeah, Lee Konitz did it. I showed you. I had that album someplace. Yeah, it's still online. It's still for sale. Joe Sarver. Joe, I'm a little late tuning in the bass hour tonight. I'm going to have to mark you late, Joe. I'm sorry, because it's you know, it's almost time to go, and you're just tuning in. What? Your dog ate your homework. What happened? Your bicycle. You couldn't find your bike. Stephen Goldberg is watching, still watching. Bill Crow is watching. I thought it was going to say Bill Cosby is watching. I spoke to Bill Cosby a few years ago. I don't know where he was. No, about 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. He wanted to know the words to a song. And he had called up somebody who said that Jay Leonhart probably knows the words to those songs. And all of a sudden, hello? Well, hello, Jay, or whatever, however he talks. This is Cause. How are you? And I you know, fine. How are you doing? Do you know the words to that song? Some obscure song that I didn't know the words to. I said, I know the song, but I don't really know the words to it. Well, thank you. How have you been anyway? Good. I said, great, Bill. Terrific. How you? Well, I'm all right. You know, things are slow now, but I'm all right. Thanks, Bill. Boom. I never did know the words to the song he was talking about. And since then, he's in the slammer. But, you know, it's funny. You know, people who have such clean, crystal clean images of themselves. can't really. Oops, trying to reconnect. You better reconnect. All right, now I don't have it on. I must admit, I don't have my phone on the, what do you call it, internet. I have it going up right on Verizon. So we'll see how long I last. I'm just a little late being to the base hour tonight. Well, I know, but Joe, but everybody else, if you go up the list, I mean, everybody else has been here since the very beginning, and they've put up with a lot of crap tonight. I screwed up song. Oh, I'll treat it. I started the show with talking, and I did a very difficult list of songs, a difficult list of words. I mean, they just get more complicated all the time. First of all, we did hullabaloo, circumvent, brie, antediluvian, complicated, clairvoyant, augmented, meringue, or meringue, yeah, meringue, that's what it was. Meringue, fascination, and ostentation. And I had to wrote a song of that. So I did okay. I found some rhymes, but I didn't make much sense of the song. And then I sang, Gee Baby Ain't I Good to You, and I was not pleased. Well, Joe, I tell you what, you call me, and we'll discuss it further at length, because I think I put the audience through enough tonight. I've got to find a better, bad connection tonight, lots of starting and pausing. Well, I must admit, I did not put the damn phone on the internet, and that's what you have to do. You have to put it on the internet. The Wi-Fi, there it is right there. Your viewers are waiting for you. Please come back. Dee da doo dee da doo doo dee da dee. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Well, I just got a whole lecture from Facebook now about moving to another corner of the world or doing something. And hi, Sydney, how are you? Yeah, it's bad connection. I can tell. Well, I have to remember to, because you can either do it by the telephone, which in this case is Verizon, or you can do it on the internet. Now, I think I need to make sure to turn the phone on the internet at the very beginning, because I didn't do it tonight. Just didn't do it. Well, tonight's been an adventure. I don't think I can do any more. I'm going to work on this song tomorrow and probably have it ready for you, because I want to do it. And we'll see, and we'll talk, and we'll have a good time. But everybody, please beware that the coronavirus has not gone away. It hasn't. And in New York, I'm glad it's not painted red, because we'd probably be shocked if we could see it on everything. So just be careful, wash your hands, wear your gloves, social distancing, and watch everything you touch. So with that in mind, with that happy thought, I'll be back tomorrow, enriched, full of joy, or maybe not. But I'll see you tomorrow anyway. Bye-bye.